Just pulling up the previously on.
I have a
What
feeling I
could it
know what
be?
it is. Yeah, right. Exactly.
I mean, it's gotta be, Tom. What
Yeah,
else
yeah.
could it be? Previously on Unranked.
Feel about it because I love the combat. The world is beautiful. I can't.
What just happened? What just happened? What just happened? What just happened? What was that? What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
The world is beautiful. I can't.
What just happened? What just happened? What just happened?
Amazing.
What just happened?
Amazing.
What
Amazing.
was that? It's a real 1-2 punch there, isn't it, Tom? It's not just what you said, but it's the reaction as well.
So for people who don't watch the podcast, which is obviously the majority of people, when that happened, which to clarify, what was happening was I was burping from the beer and I was speaking at the same time, right? So that's why it sounded like that. On the video, you got to go watch the video. Just watch the previously on to see Tuna's reaction for what he physically does with his body when in reaction to that. Iconic moment. Great 10-year anniversary. Sloppiest, I think. At least for me, it felt like the sloppiest power hour we had done.
Yeah, that is probably true. Maybe other than like the first one, which like I think I was like also falling on the floor on the first.
Just rolling around.
I gotta ask a quick question to you. Quick sidebar. Zoom updated. Does it say it's recording on your end?
I had I mean, not anymore because I got
there
rid
it is.
of it.
Okay, nope, they just moved it. I see it. Recording is on.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to the 526th episode of the podcast. This is Christian Humes here with Thomas Caswell.
Hello.
Tuna, MIA today. But I think we might be hearing from him anyway. We'll see.
Oh, we'll be here. We'll be hearing one of them.
Yeah, don't adjust your dial. If you're showing up just for Tuna, don't adjust those dials. You just hang tight.
Oh man, alive.
Did you ever have a dial TV, Tom? Because you're only a few years younger than me.
My parents had not a dial TV in the way you mean it. They had a TV in their bedroom that I think had like knobs for the volume and stuff, but not for...
You didn't have any for the channels or the power?
So. No,
I did have it.
No.
I did have one, like a really old one. And when I would go to my grandma's house, like, I mean, she still had an old black and white TV that worked too. Because those old ass TVs sometimes would last, decades. But yeah. You ever have a rotary phone?
Yeah. No. I mean, I'd used one. We didn't own one. No.
We had one. I loved it. I always preferred it. I just thought it was so much fun. I loved the rotary.
I remember when I learned about what the rotary phone was and how it worked, I was like, that's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Good shit.
Very inconvenient way to dial, but nonetheless.
Yeah. I mean, it's got some charm to it, Tom.
Oh, it's got charm. It's got charm. Better than fucking shit we're coming out with today. That's for sure.
Oh, I'm so bored.
Oh yeah,
Tom,
it's so boring.
I keep thinking about like what if I get one of these nothing phones? What if I leave?
Oh sure.
And then I remember iMessage and everything else, and I'm like, I just can't. It'll be so inconvenient.
It'll annoy the piss out of you.
I mean, everyone I know.
The only thing to do would be to get an additional phone and have it be like, okay, in a situation where I literally just need it for calls or whatever. But then you're complicated. Like
I need this whole like touch screen on the AirPods that's rumored to be real. Because
on the fucking case?
Yeah, it's like an iPod AirPod. It'd be basically like a new iPod.
Well, it's
imagine if you just iPod had the AirPods built in. That's
so I can like do my songs and shit. Oh.
Right, like imagine if I could just take that with me and not need my phone. I would love that. Because the only reason I like really bring my phone like with me sometimes is so I can have podcast, music, or audiobooks.
Then you're just getting another like cellular connection, right? Like
unless you just download the stuff to them.
You install them. Oh my god.
Right? Let me just download them locally. I guess, Tom, I just want an iPod. I
Well,
think I just want an iPod.
it's funny you bring this up. It's funny you bring this up because and it's funny that you brought up how bored you are with technology, because I saw a video pop up that was, it's the 50th anniversary of Apple this year, and Wall Street Journal did
Oh wow.
a look at the Apple archives, and it showed off prototype builds for like the iPod, right? So the original iPod was, they had like an iPod chassis. So it was, the prototype was an iPod chassis, and then it had like a cable to
Sure.
to a motherboard
Sure.
and computing that was like the size, like a foot by foot square. And they're
Yeah.
like, this was, so we had all the tech, we just needed to figure it out how to put it in this. And like showing all of all of the prototypes were like that. The first Apple Watch prototype was just an iPhone connected to the chassis of the Apple Watch, but they're showing off all the iPods, and I really try not to like give into nostalgia, because I know that like well, I try to not be like lose myself to nostalgia, but looking at all of these prototypes, thinking about that when we just had the iPod, and
Things
all of
used to be
these
better,
things.
Tom. We're not just getting older. Things used to be better. And here's the one reason I feel confident about saying this. For the first time ever, all of the technology now is about like being ephemeral. None of it is about being like real.
Nothing
right?
is real. Yes.
Right.
Nothing
So
is,
that's the difference, is the ephemeral nature of the way everything exists today. Because, and the reason for that is because it's all owned now by just a couple of people, and none of them care about anything.
Yeah. Except
So
money.
we can't go down this rabbit hole, Tom. We gotta have fun today.
Yeah.
We gotta keep it light.
Fun.
Keep it light.
Fuck yeah.
Let's talk about Pokemon. I really like that band. I hope they make another album at some point.
Which one?
Fun.
Oh, isn't that what's his name's thing?
Which guy? There's a couple.
There's a couple.
The producer,
Jack Antonoff was in it, right?
Yeah, Jack Antonoff.
Yeah.
The lead singer Nate is from The Format, and they're touring again, and I'm really hoping to get to see them, but I missed when they sold the tickets for Hollywood. They sold out immediately when they played here. I loved The Format. I've probably seen them. They're probably like top 5 bands I've seen the most.
I haven't seen. I was not familiar. I wasn't familiar with that IP. Obviously, no Jack Antonoff, and I like the Bleachers. Like,
yeah, Bleachers great.
No shade.
Format's good. Format's good. I mean, if the lead singer of Fun is the lead singer of The Format. So,
right. There we go.
And he has some pipes.
Good singer.
Got some pipes. All right, Tom. We're talking about Gigalith today. It evolves from Boldore when traded. It's a final form of Rock and Rolla. Off the jump, I'm personally gonna say that I actually, design-wise, kind of like the previous one a little bit more.
Interesting.
This one has a more menacing pose. It does feel like a bigger, stronger, monster.
Like
that one is a little bit more crab-like. It's still a little bit more friendly looking, and that's not actually the thing I like about it. It's just this one has a few too many spikes. It starts to just get into that too busy kind of area for me. That being said, it is clear. I think it is like a more badass looking one, and it is still cool. I have a slight preference for the design of the other one because it's a little, like, really, honestly, I think it just took maybe a couple spikes off here, and I would not feel that way. Or even these like gray rock protrusions. Get rid of those. Even just pull those off.
Oh, what his like forearms,
the
like
the
things that it can. No, it's.
Oh
his
yeah,
arms.
You're right. Those are the connector. You're right. You're right.
It's his arms or whatever. Or legs.
I like. I don't know. It's good. It's a good Pokemon. It's cool. It's quadrupedal now. It went from 2 legs to 3 legs to 4 legs. Same color scheme. The sort of dark blue rocks with the red crystal spikes and the yellow eyes and the red eye at the sorry. These look like eyes. These are not ears. These are eyes now. That's got to be eyes.
Is there a It was the etymology.
Oh, the yellow front-facing ears of its previous evolutionary relatives are now filled in with red and have become full-fledged eyes.
Oh, geez. So it
So there we
evolved to
go.
develop sight, which is sick.
Yeah, that
You
is pretty
know,
sick.
it is.
Give me some fun facts.
Oh, fun facts. Well, let me say this about its name. Its name may be a combination of gigas, which is Greek for giant, lithos, Greek for stone. It may also refer to megalith or monolith. There you go.
Tom, I just thought we should let's keep it going.
Oh, a fun fact.
Surprise power hour number. No, I'm just kidding. Keep
Oh,
that.
surprise power. I actually had two big Sapporos this evening. So,
Oh, did
yeah.
you? Where'd you
Yeah,
go?
while we were
You have
watching
them at home?
Survivor.
Or?
Yeah, we just stopped off at the liquor store when we walked
I've
to Zuko earlier.
never had a Sapporo if I'm not at a Japanese
At a
restaurant
Japanese
or a sushi
restaurant.
bar.
Sure, fair.
That's where I exclusively have them, which is strange because I really enjoy them.
Yeah.
But that might be part of why I like it too, is because I only have it when I go out for it.
Yeah.
Right.
We just we were just walking Zuko and Brooke turns to me and she's like, "Do you want to buy 40s?" I was like, "Do these?" Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I don't know if they sell those anymore, but
They
sure.
definitely still sell 40s.
I couldn't find any at actual 40-ounce beers. No, not at the place I went to. They sold like 20, 22, 24 ounces, which is what these
so you got a little buzz going.
I have a little buzz.
Yeah, I got a little. All right, cool. I'm joining.
While we were watching Survivor. Nothing really else.
I like the color
facts.
scheme on this. The blue goes to a purple. That's not a big change for the shiny, but I do like the cyan crystals on the shiny of this Pokemon.
Yes,
I think that's pretty dope.
It's a good shiny. I mean, look, I get what you're talking about. Like, I think that I fundamentally think the design, the more crab-like nature of Boldor, it being tripedal, is more interesting. But overall, like,
Gigalith is a more badass Pokemon.
It's badass.
Yeah, it's true.
A third evolution. Like, it feels good. It didn't like this is a really solid evolutionary line from start to finish. Like, this is ticking most of the boxes. My only real complaint is that it's a rock Pokemon, so I'm not that interested. But that's the only problem.
I got to follow that up with this, Tom. Look at its Pokedex entry. The solar rays it absorbs are processed in its energy core and fired as a ball of light.
That's sick as fuck.
It says that the body's orange crystals magnify and absorb the solar energy. Why didn't they just make it also a grass type then? Right?
Rock grass. Well,
that would have been cool. And they could have just had like some like moss on it or some like have something growing out of it somewhere, even just like a single flower coming out of it or something
like
cool.
An afro, a moss afro.
Oh, dude, a little afro on this guy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to also like think about like how the balancing and all of this. Like,
of course.
I wonder how much they're like. That's the other thing about all of these things is like, people always talk about like, oh, we need a certain cadence of Pokemon releases because that sets the tempo for the generations, and we need generations for all the marketing and stuff. That's another thing that is really restrictive of Pokemon's design is like, you have to have all of these typings. You have to make sure there is an even spread. And so,
well, there is no even spread. They're like wildly uneven, the spread of typings.
Sure, but they're uneven. There's a sense to the uneven. It's not a random. You can't just go into a generation and be like, we can make whatever any time. I mean, at least I would imagine you can.
They should.
I mean,
they should.
Sure.
They should 100% just base it on whatever the best design ideas they come up with.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's creating complications that we're not foreseeing.
You're probably right.
Regardless. The only thing I hold against this whole evolutionary line is its rock. It's being a rock type. I think this is a.
All right, so you want to put this above last week again? Then
let's just have a little peeky poo.
I really think Samurot's kind of a wall. I think we're gonna need good Pokemon to go above
Yeah,
Samurott.
I would probably put it right above Boulder.
Yeah.
The Boulder.
All right. It is the new number 6, making it the 7th Pokemon on our list. Gigalith. I like that we started this with 0, so now every time I read out the numbers, it sounds like I'm talking about sagas and series and seasons. All right, well, Tom, we haven't
Yeah.
recorded since the Power Hour
No.
because we recorded on a Saturday that week. It was weird
It's,
because, we recorded Thursday and then Saturday. There weren't even 2 full days. We do Thursday
no.
night and we did, Saturday afternoon.
That's how we do it. It's 525 episodes later, just right into it, right
Boom,
stuck in
boom,
the middle.
boom.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest things that have happened since then have been we went to go see Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, how was it? Oh, did Tuna
very-
go with you?
No, we were
They haven't
trying
gone with me
to
yet.
figure it out, but it just was not working. And then
When he's traveling, yeah.
and then when he gets back, it's like, well, we kind of need to go see the Mario movie. So
Sure.
we'll see what happens.
I don't know. I feel like if the choice between the Mario movie and Project Hail Mary,
Sure. Also, Project Hail Mary is apparently doing the thing that Oppenheimer did, which is like it's just going to continue to be in IMAX for a long time. Like they've said,
sick.
It's going to be out of IMAX for Mario, but then once Mario has had its run, they're going to bring it back.
Maybe I'll find a way to get to it then.
Yeah, I think you'll have time because I remember Oppenheimer. I was dying to see it in 70mm, couldn't make the time for it, and it was actually when I was visiting you in LA, or I was in LA for something, and I went to the 70mm at Universal, right? Or not Universal?
Yeah. Wait, is that when?
Or
I
is it
remember
Disney?
you
Is
were
it
visiting
Disney?
us during that time. I do
Yeah.
remember that you came here. And
Yeah, Brooke and I
we had
came,
like
yeah.
burgers on the roof or something. We had like a whole little meal.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
That's good.
cooked on the roof. I think it's
Yeah,
when
that's
we
good.
were staying with you.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so Oppenheimer was still in theaters, and I went to
Yeah.
go see it, and I actually got to see it in 70mm, and I'm hoping to do the same because I only saw Hail Mary in Dolby, but I had an absolute blast with it.
Was it filmed in 70?
Yes. Well, no.
Oh,
I don't.
okay.
I don't.
That
Let's
seems like
see.
a Nolan thing,
Well, at least some of the sequence, the whole
Sure.
thing definitely wasn't.
Sure.
Let's see.
I usually, in the past, I'd know this stuff, but right now, it's like, I don't know what movies I'm going to see I know I'm going to see Star Wars in theaters. So I'm not going to obviously not see a Star Wars film in theaters, but I don't know. Other than that,
Oh, okay.
right
So
now.
they use the Alexa 65s, which are the 70mm,
Fuck yeah.
digital 70. What they use for this, it wasn't shot on 70mm film,
Sure.
but it was shot on the digital equivalent, essentially.
Yeah.
And this movie is gorgeous. This is, I mean, you we just talked about how everything is so boring, and I kind of scoffed at the idea when they said that they didn't shoot on any green screen, and I was like, well, how is that even possible? But the more I've seen the behind the scenes, it really just seemed that they were shooting using practical in every scenario and then just enhancing things with VFX.
Sure.
And it's a movie that it feels tactile, right? Like that it doesn't feel ephemeral. And like to get,
I mean, that's very important to me.
the only brand new sci-fi movie that I feel like has felt that way has been the Dune films. But even then, like all the space stuff is all CG.
Yeah. Everything Everywhere All at Once was that way a little bit.
Sure, but I'm talking like space sci-fi.
Yeah, okay,
like
space sci-fi. Yeah, and then before that, it was like what, Interstellar? Oh no, you know what? You know what it was before that? Force Awakens. Force Awakens had it in like unbelievable amount of practical effects, sets, puppet, like that.
Sure.
That film was like most of the things on screen were actually there.
Yeah.
Outside of probably like some of the space like flight sequences, which there weren't many of.
Yeah. Regardless, it's few and far between, and then
Absolutely.
and then the other thing with like Star Wars is like a part of a big like franchise IP.
Right. They
like,
have,
So
but they're also the ones who kind of
pioneered all of this,
Right.
right?
I
Like,
mean, like, let's be real, Tom. The reason you and I love that stuff isn't just because it was in those movies. It's because we probably both were watching the special edition and
oh
behind the
yeah,
scenes videos that
oh
came on the
yeah.
DVDs for both Star Wars and for like Lord of the Rings, where they
Lord
were
of the
showing how
Rings
they
was
did
mine.
everything.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings was mine. I honestly didn't get my hands on any behind the scenes Star Wars stuff until, honestly, the most like
Mm,
most of my behind the scene, well, the Phantom Menace and all the sequels and
well,
stuff, right?
sure.
Which is a whole different kettle of fish. But all those that ILM show on Disney.
I mean, that
Um,
show is like incredible.
so I really really enjoyed the movie. I
Yeah.
think that they did a really fantastic job adapting it. I do think though at the end of the day, it's just paced so quickly, and I just remember part of the reason I was so intrigued by the book is there was such a mystery to everything, like learning what the situation is, right? Learning about the astrophage, the revelation of Rocky doesn't happen until quite a bit into the book. You know, uh, in the book, he wakes up on the Hail Mary and he has initially no memory, and he's piecing everything together bit by bit. And here we just have to get through a lot of backs. You know, we just have to get up to
Yeah.
speed. We can't spend a lot of time, and then also like the science and them figuring out. I just remember methodically, like each situation that they would find themselves in, each problem they had to solve. I just remember enjoying all of the like the book shows the work, right? It explains like how they're figuring out one thing to the next, and in you lose that in this movie. It just moves so quickly.
Yeah. They did
um
manage to keep that pretty well with The Martian, but The Martian is different. It doesn't move as much. There's less interaction. There's
yes, Martian, he's just in that
eh,
bubble for so
yeah.
long.
The movie is problem solving.
Yeah, and it is, it's still satisfying and it's done very, very well. But I would say that if you are someone who went to see the movie and hasn't read the book, I think there's still a lot you can get from the book, because there's some key moments that are some of my favorite from the book are not in this film, and I understand why they're left out. They're the things that you can
Sure.
cut, but it was just some like additional stuff. And then secondly, like all of the science is feels it's so well done here, but it feels so much more impressive in the book because of the way in which it's methodic. You're methodically working through it. So I highly recommend going to read the book, even if you've seen the film. But I was so wrong about Ryan Gosling in this role. He fucking crushes it, honestly. Like, no joke. I'm sure there are going to be tons of great performances this year across movies. I see a world in which he gets nominated for an Academy Award for this role.
Really?
I think this is maybe one of my favorite roles with him in. I think the everything to do with Rocky and his species and his ship and everything, like the design of the Hail Mary is phenomenal. I like that they kept the ending the way it is in the book, although I think it's missing some key details that really sell it better, and I
Hmm.
think really made me endeared to the ending. Um, and here it's just different enough that I was like, okay, I this is a solid ending as it is. But I mean, it's a fucking spectacle, and it is an intense watch. I think that also the one area where I would say that I actually really enjoyed it, maybe more in the book, is the flashback stuff, and his relationship with the woman. I forget the character's name, but the woman who oversees the whole project. I thought the actress, again, sorry, I forget her name, but whoever plays that character did a phenomenal job, and the differences in way their relationship is portrayed in this film, I think, is um, a a better interpretation of the characters, and leads to a better version of the characters through that interpretation than in the book. But it's a phenomenal film. I cannot wait to go see it again, especially if I can see it in 70 millimeter. And I really do think this will be like for younger viewers who are just starting to like get into movie. This will be someone's awakening for like watching behind the scenes and being like, I want to make movies. That is
Sure.
like
But we don't get them anymore is the problem.
Right, exactly. So, yes.
It's really
So
like it's truly the worst thing about the death of like the DVD and the Blu-ray is like
people, I mean, they're just consuming it in different ways because they will put those out and then like people will clip it and put it on social media.
sort of a lot of
then,
them don't put them out there. They used to make a lot more of it than they do now.
You'll still get. I mean, first off, we're you know there. I see all these reports about how like Gen Z is getting into like physical media and shit.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So I think you'll find the kids who still want to make movies and still want to become a filmmaker, even though that dream is even further away than when I was their age. I still think you'll find them, and they will buy the. There's definitely teenagers who are 4K UHD sickos and are buying like the Steelbook. You know? But
well, do you see?
Yeah.
There was this thing. There's like really almost no one making Blu-ray players anymore, and they're getting hard to get.
Yeah, because I think didn't Sony stopped doing something, and I think that
I think there's only like one major company still producing them at this point.
And the PlayStations are going to stop carrying disc drives if the rumors are true. You know, so like if your next gen console doesn't have a disc drive, you know, yeah.
Panasonic, like they can't keep up with their orders, and they're like the only ones.
Hell yeah, Panasonic. Still doing
they're like
the
apologizing for not being able
later.
to keep up with orders.
Oh wow. Ugh, everything's awful. God damn it, it always circles back to this. The other cinematic
they're the last
event,
supplier.
The other
That's
cinematic
crazy.
event I partook in over the last week and a half was last night. Brooke was feeling it was very warm here on the East Coast yesterday, and
we just got out of our heat wave. You've got it now.
It got cooler again today. It was like 2 days of it being warm. It wasn't necessarily hot, but it was just it got it was in the high 70s, so it was just so warm here, and like it really had an effect on Brooke's MS, and so she was feeling really like not great last night. So she just was like, I'm just gonna put on a movie, and I was just like playing games on my Steam Deck, and she put on a movie I've never seen before. Crimson Desert. Knocking out some
okay. I saw Gio posting about this game that's coming out next week, and it looks like a banger Steam Deck game. Solcesto. It's gonna hit 1.0 next week.
Okay, I have heard of it. No.
It
I haven't jumped into that.
Looks like a great Steam Deck game.
So I was just knocking out some like side stuff and like management bullshit in that on the Steam Deck. She put on a movie I've never seen, but she adores, and I know that a lot of people out there love this film. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, starring Kate Hudson.
Yeah, Therese loves that one too.
And Matthew McConaughey. And
not my favorite McConaughey rom-com. I prefer Tiptoes. Yeah. I was actually, what's funny is I was going to say Failure to Launch, and then I was like, actually wait, and then I started to edit myself before I could even get to it. You did.
Because I was just thinking about Tiptoes the whole time I was
of course
watching this film. And next thing we knew, it was 1 a.m. because this is a 2-hour rom-com.
Hell yeah.
I paused it halfway through, so I go to the bathroom, expecting another 30 minutes. I was like, oh my god, we're not even at the halfway point yet. That's crazy. She complains about, when I said Project Hail Mary was a 2.5-hour movie, she was like, oh. And yet we got Matthew McConaughey rom-com clocking in at an hour 59. That being said, though, I had a ton of fun with the movie. Just a fantastic rom-com with great set pieces. The premise being that Kate Hudson plays Annie, and she is a columnist for a women's magazine.
Colonist.
Columnist.
Kate
Fair enough.
Hudson.
Columnist. In the role she was born to play, or whatever, or the role of a lifetime.
The role of a lifetime. Kate Hudson stars in Apartheid.
So Kate Hudson plays this columnist Annie, and she she has this column called how to lose a guy. Oh, it's just how to. So it's like how to like lose 10 pounds, how to do this, how to do that.
Sure.
She comes up with this column idea that's how to lose a guy in 10 days, because her friend, played by Catherine Hahn,
I love Catherine Hahn.
Young Catherine Hahn was so nice to see her in this. She's great in this. She's always having relationship troubles, always pushing guys away or whatever. And Kate Hudson's like, I'll write an article that's like how to lose a guy in 10 days. And she's going to find a guy and do everything you shouldn't do to push him away. And I don't know why she necessarily needs to do it for it to be a column that she writes, but whatever. Then on the other end, you have
She's method, Tom. She's a method writer.
Yeah, exactly. She's method. So her name is Annie Anderson. Then you have Benjamin Barrett, who is, for some reason, they both have those names, played by Matthew McConaughey. And he is in advertising and decides to... he is going to make he wants to be put on the jewelry campaign at his job. There's this new campaign with a jeweler. He wants to be put on that account, but the boss is like, you're a guy, you do the sports section, like you do all the sports stuff. I have these women to do the jewelry stuff. Sure. And Matthew McConaughey is like, well, I'm better than any woman, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make a girl fall in love with me, and then that'll prove that I can sell jewelry, which is the conceit. And they end up meeting each other. So they kind of, she wants to date him, but then try and push him away. But he's committed to having to the thing. So there you go. That's the premise, and it has a ton of fun things. And I understand why it's a rom-com classic. So those were the things that I watched.
That's great.
This last week.
That's great. It's no tiptoes, but it's
no tiptoes.
It's a good
no,
walk.
it is. It is no tiptoes. That is for sure.
Gosh, what's going on? What's going on? Well, last week, 2 weeks ago, I mentioned how my crown came off, right?
Yes.
So then, a few days later,
not your head,
I'm starting to get pain. And of course, I got an infection. So then I had to go and I had to do like a root canal basically to clean it out. But like, again, the goal is to remove the tooth and get an implant. So it was just like a for funsies, you know?
Yeah.
Not like to
fun.
save the tooth.
Yeah.
And that might be having Saturday. It's not confirmed yet because it was like last minute. So we'll see. Penny got sick. So Therese traveled. So I'm home with the kid alone for 4 days. Within about 2 hours of her leaving, Penny starts getting a mild fever.
God.
Just sick. Stomach bug as well as fever. Stomach bug last 2 days. That was a disgusting mess. And then fever for about 3 days. I did not sleep well, basically, that whole time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that was great. I will say we've played a lot of video games.
We played some games.
We've played a lot of video games. Let's just run the gamut. So when we finished, Tom, when we finished recording the Power Hour, I was like, Slater was in the chat. I was like, we're gonna go play fucking Smash. So we got on Smash.
Oh my
Slater
God, I forgot
Smash.
that we did that. Yeah.
We had Gray Marker join Smash. Kenny,
old
the
Gary.
guys from the original Smash tournaments.
Yeah.
So they came in and we played some Smash. That was really fun. And then last week, Alex and I platinumed Absolum.
Oh,
Absolum.
Very nice.
Yes, we platinumed Absolum. Great video game. Love it. I still have one thing not unlocked for some reason in the game, but I have the platinum.
I think I do as well. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
much fun.
But I have the platinum, so whatever.
Is that your only PlayStation Platinum, or do you have others?
No, I think that's my fourth or fifth PlayStation
Okay,
Platinum. I definitely have Ratchet and Clank. I
sure.
definitely have Spider-Man
Rift Apart.
2. Yeah, Rift Apart. Um, I think that might be my fifth. I'll have to think about what the others are, but I know I've platinumed a few games on there. I do like it is what getting the Xbox achievements is fine, but having the platinum,
Platinum. Mm-hmm.
having the like goal of like, well, I got to get the last one. And the nice thing about that too is if there's a trophy that I'm like just absolute bullshit, it also keeps me from wasting my time. I'll be like, well, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to go for any of these now, you know?
Yeah,
But
because it's
if
only
it's,
about the platinum. Yeah.
yeah, it's a nice little extra challenge. I enjoy platinum. Um, so we did finish that. Now we played, what did we play the other day when we
We
weren't
we played
podcasting? Oh, we
we
played
played
Halo.
Halo.
Dude, Halo's still fucking good.
This is the thing. This is a great game, and it's
It's a
just
it's a good game.
and it's cool that it exists in the way that it does, where it is it still has, what was it like? I was playing on, or I saw on Steam that it had like 10. It has like 10K people. So there's a couple in the low
We didn't
ten
have to wait for a
thousands
match. We
playing.
found a
Yeah,
match
yeah, yeah.
right away every time, you know.
Low couple of 10,000s. 20K probably across all devices
Yeah.
playing at any time. And so yeah, we could just jump into a match, and we had all the different modes and everything, and it's just old school matchmaking. And it's
Yep.
like, and I know, and look, I know that you get that with like a Call of Duty or whatever, but like this one, now that they've basically abandoned any, they have rotating things in the shop, and you have the
It's
old
done. They
battle
put out the
passes you
last
can unlock,
content that they're
but
making.
there isn't like
Yeah.
it isn't like a, hey, we've got a seasonal event, and that,
Yeah.
it's just like,
I'm
here's
tired of
the
that shit.
content, just play the game.
Yep.
Here are a ton of different game modes. They're all fun. We had so much fun playing Griff Ball. We had so much fun One Flag, and I'm just
Was
like,
that one Escalation? I loved Escalation where
yeah,
like
well,
it rotates the guns that we're using and shit.
yeah, we're building up a meter with every kill, and it's
Yeah.
like every 10 kills the team gets,
Yeah, that was
and
fun.
it's got maps from across the entire history of the franchise. Plus, you have all of the creation stuff. Like, it's just like it feels like a game that is there, and I understand why it's not more popular, because everyone is being trained on these games to have, these live service models and whatnot.
And
But
it's
Matt
also competing with itself, right? Because there's probably as many people also in the Master Chief
playing
Collection.
Master Chief
And there's still
Collection,
people playing Halo 5, which isn't in the Master Chief. So like,
right? Which is
the base
great.
is
Like,
split across all the
I'm
games.
no I'm just
Yeah.
figure out a way to make it one game.
Yeah, they need to figure out a way to just put
It's
it
one. It's
into
Halo.
Master Chief Collection. Yeah.
Yeah, or Master Chief Collection absorbs 5 and
It should.
Infinite in a way, and
Yeah.
you have the entire
It's
player
just then
base in
Master
one
Chief Collection
thing.
becomes like 500 games. It's like,
I mean, but it's
Yeah.
like, this is the only first, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not kidding at this point, because
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
And look, I've been still dabbling with a little bit of marathon here and there, enjoying that for the experience I'm having there. And
I'm gonna dip
obviously,
in.
I still will always like have a huge soft spot for Destiny. But
Sure.
if you just want to play a first-person shooter game with no fucking bullshit, which I know that a ton of people out there are wanting,
Yeah.
Halo is right there.
Yep.
And Microsoft has fucked it up so bad that it's not being touched, and it's like this rare jewel in the desert where you can just still go have that experience, and it's amazing. And it's not through like, oh, the servers are down, so it's on like bootleg servers that people have put up. The game exists. Microsoft has the servers up for all of these games, and it fucking feels so good. I'm glad that it's a game that we can still always come back to. But that being said, new multiplayer gaming experience that we had, Lego Party.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? Dude.
Oh,
Yo,
boy.
Lego Party Alex and I have played it now twice without you, just because we played while we were doing, our lunchtime play. And
Sure.
we just did six turns. We don't want to play too
Hmm.
much. We're both kind of like, oh, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves on this game. It's good.
I had such high expectations based on everything that I had heard about this game, and it somehow exceeded them on
Every moment
every
that you're
metric.
playing, every moment that you're playing, you're like, why isn't Mario Party like this? Why isn't Mario
Yeah.
Party like that? It's so clear from the mini games that you're playing, why and how they're better, the presentation, the way the game moves, the speed at which it moves, the way in which turns take place. Every single last piece of the Mario Party experience is dog poop next to this.
Yes, I agree. I think I like there is nothing about any of the Mario Party games that is done
No,
better than in
no.
here. This game took Mario Party, looked at Mario Party, said, what works? How can we make that better?
Yep.
We'll cut the stuff that doesn't work, and then we will fill in the gaps with original ideas, right? Like how the dice rolls work, and making it an actual Lego game, so it's not just Lego pieces. It's like, no, there are parts of the board that are incomplete, and when you land on them, you can pick out of two options, and it builds a new part of the
We played a
board.
mini game, by the way, where you are building stuff. Like you get a bunch of pieces and you have to build a thing, and whoever builds it the fastest. And it was pretty sick.
Yeah, it's not just like just put Lego characters in here. Like
Yeah.
there is the building element is part of it.
It's
Uh,
also
how,
in Mario Party, when a turn takes place, right? It's like the camera will slowly pan over to the person's thing, and then it'll like zoom in and it'll be like, pop, okay, now it's your turn to roll. And now you can roll. And then we'll wait and we'll see what happens. And it's just like text cloud, wait, event, move.
mm-hmm.
And everything's so slow. And this, it's just like the announcer's like, and it's your up, and you're already rolling and you're moving and stuff is happening. And it's like,
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. It moves at like 2 to 3 times the pace that
yeah,
Mario
it
Party
moves
moves.
so quickly. It's so active. Everything, like even as something as simple as the dice roll, instead
Yeah.
of it being just like, oh, you just click a button and you get what you get. You have a board with the numbers on there, and it's quickly cycling through them. So you have a slight opportunity to
Yeah.
time it correctly and
It's
to
like
get the
press your
thing.
luck with the whammies and you got to stop it.
Like every moment of the experience is a game element. You're
There's also a
kind
lot of
of
beautiful
constantly playing the
details
game. Oh, the
because
game looks amazing.
below the 1 through 8 that the whammy board for your dice roll in this game
Uh-huh.
are 3 little pegs. And on them, when you get items, you get like a round flat disc that has the decal of the item, and they actually go onto those pegs. It's
Yes.
like there's just like it's so thoughtful in every small little way.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed, so when Alex and I were playing, we got a game that is like some of the games are similar to Mario Party. Some of them are really unique and new. Like there's straight up
Yes.
things that were like Takeshi's Castle was like a game
And
in this.
and also I think they are better than the Mario Party
Well,
game
so
mini
that's what I was
games.
gonna say is we got one. We actually got a
Mm-hmm.
couple that were just straight up like, oh, I know what the exact analog of Mario Party is in this. And I realized why they're so much better because so you know that one in Mario Party where it's like, oh, you chisel out the picture, trace the picture the
Yes.
best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the shitty thing that Mario Party does is it's like everyone is in 4 little squares. So you have these tiny little squares and you're
Yeah.
trying to make precise movements and it doesn't make any sense. What they do in Lego Party is you're never really siloed into these little boxes. Everyone's always sharing the screen. So everything is big. So they had the same idea of like a little guy was moving around and he like sort of traced, but the line goes away. And then we have to walk our minifigs and try and do the pattern, but the pattern's gone. And it was the same idea, but because it was on the full screen, you were able to like control it and be so much more precise. And it was just, it's so much
Yeah,
better the way they do this.
the mini games have a level of precision to them and a level of I want to say difficulty. They're not difficult. They are
No, but you could be
very
good at them.
simple,
You
but
could
you
like
can the
actually be good at
skill
them.
the range of skill
Yeah.
is greatly increased, and they are they can be challenging. Like I thought when the dance one started, and it was like it's kind of like a Guitar Hero thing. You have like 3 lanes, and you have things coming up, and you have to
Oh,
hop your
that one was
minifig.
so cool.
You have to hop your minifig from lane to lane to hit the notes that are coming down, and I was like, piece of cake. And it got so difficult so
Yeah.
quickly
Yeah.
because we had to because it isn't like hop over, it's like lean to one side, lean to the other. And yeah, so like I'm not
A
joking.
little
If
bit
you're
like
out,
Beat Saber.
if you are out there and you play Mario Party, you play with friends, you play with your partner, whatever, buy this game. And here's my endorsement. I would easily pay. We got it on sale, and I think the sale is running until it might already be over. So it might be on sale still, but I would have paid $60 for this game. I would have paid the full price. So if you find it full price and you're like, oh, I play Mario Party religiously, buy this game. It's better, unequivocally. Buy it.
It's still on sale. I'll tell you right now, Tom, I'm gonna be buying it a second time. I think the sale ends in a couple days. Well, because I got it on PlayStation, and I should have gotten it on the Switch because I have 2 controllers for my PlayStation, and I'm not gonna go buy
Sure.
2 more controllers to play Lego Party with 4 people at my place.
Sure.
Like that's I can spend $30 right now and put it on my Switch,
There you go.
right?
So there we
Like
go.
it's on sale for $30. I think the sale ends probably I would imagine in like a couple days, same as the other sales on PlayStation. Yeah, sale ends 4/8. It's $29.99 right now. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I can't. I mean, it's
Get
stupid
it.
to do, but like I want to play
Just
it with people when they're at my house.
no question. If you play Mario Party, just buy this game.
Yeah,
You will never want to play Mario Party
that's
again.
true.
I
And
guarantee it.
I think the next Mario Party, unless they really do something
I'm
different,
not
which
buying
I
it.
don't
Yeah.
expect them because it's too far down the development road, and they probably aren't even aware of this yet.
No.
That I think they're going to get hit by
It's not gonna.
worst reviews because there wasn't a good
Oh,
comparison
sure.
point
No,
before.
yes, I agree. I think it will be. I think if they don't, the next Mario Party is going to really suffer for it.
Yeah.
And then we've both played a game, but separately. But we've both played it. I assume you've played more than me because I haven't played very much. But the Screamer game.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you got it or not yet. Okay.
Yes, I got it.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So while Teresa was out of town during the time that in between bouts of taking care of Benny, I was like really struggling to not watch our TV because I'm very lucky that unlike Alex, right? You and I both have wives that enjoy to
We
watch
both
the same
have
things as us.
wives.
It's great, right?
Yes. I'm
Like they
watching
don't
Jujutsu Kaisen
watch
right now,
a
and
lot of the same stuff.
don't understand a lick of what's happening in this TV show.
Well, good news.
Go
It's
ahead.
it's pretty short series that show.
Yeah,
So
it's
that
about to end.
yeah. So don't worry about that. The action's cool.
Yeah, the
So
animation is
the
amazing.
pit this season has been unreal. So we have like the pit at home. We have Paradise. I have all these shows that I'm like dying to watch while T is out of town, and I don't have anything I want to watch. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I gotta play something else. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
got Screamer. I
Yeah.
got Screamer. I really like went out on a limb here because I really don't play racing games anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
that's mostly because they're all like sim racers. Like for all the cool things that Forza Horizon series has done and all the weird things they've done in those games, even like the Lego cars that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just don't like the way sim racing feels. And
Yeah,
then for
I get
all
it.
the like the fun that a Hot Wheels game can be, it just doesn't it can't hold my attention. Like the last racers that I really played for like a semi-extended time, let's say like 20 hours or more, right? Like a
Mm-hmm.
good length, like I played through the campaign. I can't remember what was that racing game series that was on the PlayStation 3? And then they
Grant.
had one on the PS4, not Gran Turismo. It was like one was like in the jungle, and then one was like shit was like falling apart, like on the world and stuff. And it was like all off road and shit.
Isn't this an like an old Ubi? Oh no, it's not Mod Nation Races. Is it Mod Nation
No,
Races?
no, 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 no.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Maybe
Yeah, it's like
no,
buggies and shit.
not Motorstorm, but I did. Okay, Burnout
No, no, no.
Paradise is
Hang on,
probably
hang
one of the
on.
last one.
What was the other one? I think you were.
Motorstorm.
I think that's it.
Oh, it was Pacific Rift. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes.
Motorstorm, dude. That
Yeah.
was those were rad games. And Blur was also like a game that was really, really cool. They tried to like
Mm,
Mario Kart it a little bit. And
I
then prior
remember
to that, it was like
Blur.
Rush, right? But you don't really get these arcade racer games anymore. And when you do, they still feel a little bit too sim racing. They're not. And so this game presents itself as a very different thing. Now, the one critique I have for this game, and I don't know how
Yeah.
big the team is that makes this game. I don't actually know who I didn't look into that. I should have. Maybe you can look up who made this game and other stuff they've done.
Which one?
But
Screamer?
yeah, Screamer.
It's the Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 team.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well,
Yes.
great. Okay. And did they belong to someone?
Do they belong to
Do you know what I
someone?
mean? Like,
No,
are
it's a
they owned by like Ubisoft?
self-developed,
Okay.
self-developed, they're called Milestone,
Here's my
and
one
it's
critique for this thing.
self-published, self-developed.
The campaign, because the primary reason I got this, and I did say to you and Alex, I'm like, look, I'm not going to convince you guys to buy a racing game because I know it's not any of our wheelhouse necessarily. I was like, I'm not telling you
No,
to buy this game
they're
to
owned
play
by
with
Koch
me.
Media or Koch
Okay.
Media. Koch Media.
But I was like, this is a game that if you're like, I want to play a racing game that I will have fun with, and then I will put away probably, like I'll play the campaign, maybe every now and then I'll take it out. Like, then you should get this. And I was like, great. It has like an arcade racing campaign. I can play through that. it is it has this really cool anime aesthetic. And they have some really great animated sequences in the campaign. I think they needed to go farther with it. I think the anime aesthetic could have just been dialed up another 10 to 20%, like
Have
on
you
the
finished
courses and the cars.
the campaign?
No, God,
Oh,
no.
okay.
It's fucking this
I've
game is
heard it's a
hard,
long.
Tom.
Oh yeah,
It's hard.
yeah.
Um, and the cutscenes have a little too much text. They're a little bit too like I'm playing a fucking Ace Attorney or something. Like there's a little
Sure.
too much like characters. Like you have a really cool animated sequence, and then you just go to like the pictures of the anime characters and text. And so like that is my biggest critique is like the presentation is really close to being something very special, but they
Mm,
fall a little bit short. So I
mm.
do hope this does well enough that they get a second crack at it.
I think it will, because I'd heard of this game before you had played it, and people were um
They're
like
very positive on it.
yeah, like people really really like this game, and I think this is going to be a word of mouth game. From the little I've played, I think there's a really good chance this ends up in my top 10 by the end
I
of
mean,
the year.
in the Discord,
Or
it might have been Spiffy who brought it up, and
yeah.
I didn't know about it, and then I saw it, and I was like, this does look pretty cool. And then that's when I was like, I need something to do. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get that racing game. Screw it, I'm gonna do it. It plays nothing like a racing game I've ever played before.
No.
I did describe it to Alex and you a little bit as like it almost feels like I'm playing a fighting game in the way that like I really feel like I'm in a battle while I'm racing.
Hmm.
And when I did my first race, I didn't go into the campaign. I went into arcade first, and I'm glad I did because the campaign does a really good job of teaching you how to race. And I was dog
Hmm.
shit until I did those first few things, and like I got the controls down and a more like, like this is a good space to learn it. Like you're not like just in a race. But just going and jumping into an arcade race first is cool because the vibe of the game will just sell you on it immediately. And then you will go and learn how to play it. Because when the music kicks in, Tom, and the music is fucking good in this game, and you're driving through like a Neo Tokyo at night, and there's fucking neon everywhere, and you've got your
Yeah.
anime cars and you're doing boosts, you're in. You're sold. You're
Yeah.
immediately sold. But the actual best part about it is the controls. You're moving the front of your car with the left control stick and the back of your car for drifting with the right control stick, and you
Hmm.
are constantly using both. I am, for the first time ever, Tom, I've always thought that people who hold their controller like this with one finger on the L on both
On both.
on
Yeah.
both the L1 and the L2 and one on the R1 and the R2. I've never understood them. I always thought they were nuts. You kind of have to in this game. You
Hmm.
kind of have to because you need to be doing this like at all times. You need to have both hands on both sticks. You need to be using both of those triggers for using your your boosts and your shifting. I never played racing games with manually shifting before. I always preferred automatic just because it was never like it was always a hazard. Shifting was always treated as like a punishment in racing games of like if you don't time it correctly,
Hmm.
it's to your detriment. And in this game, it's if you time it correctly, you get more energy towards your boost or you get more energy towards your attack or your shield. And your attack is just an enhanced version of the boost. It puts all of the energy that surrounds your car into the front. So when you do it's a shorter boost, but if you slam into another car, you'll just blow them up. And your
Right.
shield just coats your car in shield energy instead of using it for any kind of a speed up. So it's very simple. It doesn't get all like Mario Karty crazy. But man, it's almost like what if Skate was a car racing game? Because Skate was like, oh, you're really gonna have to like balance and it's more complicated. Like the way we want it to feel like you're skateboarding. This isn't, we want it to feel like you're driving a car, but we want you to be just actively doing stuff the
Yes.
whole
Yes, the
time.
whole time,
It's so fun.
which is refreshing, and funnily enough, part of the reason why I've been enjoying Crimson Desert so much is because you constantly have to press different buttons to do different things. And yeah, that was actually
Unlike
my
it, what Alex thought.
yeah. And the it is funny because when I thought that the way that the game unveiled its mechanics of like, okay, here's the drifting mechanic, now you have the shifting mechanic, now you have the boost, the way it's unveiling all of these, it is this really nice cadence of like, oh, you think the mechanics are done, and here's another one, and it yeah, it just makes it so much more active and so much more engaging. And I was actually playing some Forza the other day for a work thing, and I was like, this is great, this game is beautiful, and like everything, but I just was like, I'm so bored by the driving. Like I
Yes.
just it
Yes.
just that like
It's
I'm really,
boring.
I just got to accelerate and decelerate, and then sometimes I'm using a handbrake, but that's really
I think you
it.
have to be excited about the cars, right?
Yeah,
For
I
that
think you have to
game,
be into the cars. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because the driving was it just
No,
I
the reason to
want to
play that
like those
game is to see,
games.
yeah, it's a drive through this beautiful world, and there are some vehicles in there and like some fun things you can do, but like
Yeah.
this is way more. This is, other than something like a Mario Kart, this is way more my kind of jam. And then the additional detail I love is this. So in this world, it's established that everyone has this technology where anyone can understand anyone else's language. So all of the
Oh, I do love
characters
this.
come from
Yeah.
different parts of the world,
Yeah.
and they're just, everything is subtitled, so everything's subtitled in English, but every character is speaking a different language. So obviously the main character, like the main two characters, speak English, but pretty much
Which, by the
everyone
way, is
else is
funny
speaking.
in Star Trek. There's the universal translator. Everyone
Right.
just has one like in.
Yeah, but it's all
Everyone just speaks
English.
English. Yeah, everyone just
Yes.
they're actually speaking their own language,
Yeah.
but everyone just speaks
Yeah.
English.
So whereas this case is everyone is speaking their own language, so there's a every new character is from a different part of the world and
It's pretty
speaking
rad.
in their language, and I almost want it to, I'm like, oh, what language is this? Like, I think this guy is German, and I think this person is Indian, like, but I don't know, and I was hoping there would be like a character screen that explained. I thought if I went into the
You
menus
just
and
hold up ChatGPT and
right, sure, yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly. Some fun facts here,
you need
Chris,
language Shazam.
about the company Milestone. So Milestone has been around. This year is Milestone's 30th anniversary. It's been around since the 90s,
Okay.
but it was around for 2 years prior as a company called Graffiti, and
Okay.
Screamer is one of their original games for the
Okay.
MS-DOS.
So I did see that. I did. So when I was Googling about this game at one point because I wanted to learn more about it because I was really into it when I started it, but it was very late at night. So I could not really play. I was just literally the first like multiple races, just getting absolutely ass kicked in this game. I'm still not very good at it yet. But I saw, I'm like, it's weird that there's this other Screamer game that's like old. I'm like, it
Yeah.
does seem to be the same IP, but like, why? Why would you like? It's not like it holds any weight to it. No one knows that it exists.
Oh yeah, I mean it's completely separate. They're obviously just use it. They just probably will
They're
like
just using
will
the name.
reboot Like this, we're gonna go. I think it's probably a thing because here's the other thing: these guys have made a shit ton of racing games. Like all of
Sure.
the MotoGP games of them, all of the MXGP, and the fucking the like all of these these weird those Monster Energy Supercross games that I
You know, I
went to
never played
Vegas
those,
for,
but I bet I would
like-
have. I bet I would like those like motocross games more than I like all the sim racing
yeah.
games.
And then they made Hot Wheels Unleashed in 2021 and then Unleashed 2 in 2023 and now they're here
Okay.
with Screamer. So I think that they probably actually did. Hot Wheels was a way for them to break out, I think, from just being the studio that made these games that are specifically for a very small audience. And I think the Hot Wheels games were pretty big with like younger gamers, and so I think
Oh,
that they
dude, if
had
I was a
this.
kid, I would have played the Hot Wheels games a lot more, I
Yeah,
think. 'Cause I
I
just have
know.
more time.
I've heard of a lot of kind of peers that have kids that are like, my kid is obsessed with Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Yeah.
Like that's what they play. And so I think obviously they got this opportunity to do a new original racing game that wasn't like MotoGP 2026 or whatever.
Well, there's
You
no
know?
license here. They're gonna get all
Yeah.
like they're not paying for a license.
So
So you know,
yeah, and I think that they were like, cool, we're gonna go back to. Because they kind of pulled a marathon, right, with Bungie. Like they were like, we're going to kind of reimagine this old IP that we have, and I think that they've gone in a really cool direction. And I think this is a game people are going to be discovering throughout the year, and more people get it, and it's going to be a game that people really. Everyone that I know that has finished it have been like, it's a fucking amazing game. So I'm so excited to play more.
I think the $60 price tag on an unknown racing game in a
It's a tough
genre
pill to
which is a
swallow.
genre that's like very niche in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm hoping this is like a word of mouth, like this will grow. And it does because it's a really honestly, it's an incredibly fun game. And when I get on that fucking I've never like that F1 movie with Brad Pitt is so fucking
Sure.
good, Tom. And I swear,
Good
when I'm
Oscar
racing in this
worthy.
game, I feel like I'm in car. Like when they're like I'm like, this is combat racing. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like I'm in that movie playing this game. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
this is good shit.
it's really good.
It's
So
really good.
I'm enjoying my time. It has been also a nice because I have been playing so much Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert. It has been a nice kind of counter to that game.
I gotta read what Alex said in our text chat about Crimson Desert.
Yeah, he was telling me the other day about how he had he's not a fan, which I get. Like I told him I was like, I think I'm okay. Like I do think obviously like there are games that feel better to play moment to moment, but I just appreciate how much this game does swing for the fences, and I think actually like does a good job with most of the things. But also, I was thinking back, I was like, man, the first real big game that I put hundreds of hours into was GTA 4. And
Sure.
this game just plays like the character controls like a GTA game, like a Rockstar game. And I like how Rockstar feels. I remember when everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, I don't like how characters feel in like GTA 5 or whatever." I'd be like, "What?" Like I think
Five
like
is when
that's my
it started to
baseline.
become an issue for me. I think
Sure.
Red Dead it became like really prominent. I mean there was also just input lag on Red Dead, which drove me nuts.
Yes, it is. It does feel like you're pressing the button and then the thing happens. This
Yes.
game has that feel.
GTA, like everything's sluggish, but it didn't feel like it had input lag. Like that
Mm.
input lag will just break a game for me. So here's what Alex said. He goes, "So I won't be on this weekend. I already told Chris. I bought Crimson Desert, played about 30, maybe 45, stopped, requested a refund.
Yeah.
Game controls were too stupid for me. Also, period. The guy moves like he's walking through molasses. Don't understand what was fucking happening anyway."
Yeah, the game's opening is easily the worst part. This is unfortunately a game that really takes a long time to get going. The story is finally kind of getting interesting 9 chapters into the game. Some cool shit is happening. I will not deny that. I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, we're starting to cook a little bit here. It was really funny though to hear the CEO even come out and say, yeah, we know the story is pretty bad. We've just been so focused on like the systems and stuff. It just kind of came
They are
second.
going back to that weird game they showed off. Apparently the main dev team is going
The
back to that weird
Doki
ass
V
game.
or whatever.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I remember seeing him being like, now this looks like my shit.
I mean, look, it's. I think Crimson Desert over the last couple of weeks since we talked about it it's garnered more of an audience. Now it's sold 4 million copies.
It looks like it's trying to do so much to me, Tom, that like when I first saw it, I was excited by Crimson Desert, and then the more I saw and the more I heard, it just looks like it's trying to be the everything game, and so it kind of feels like it's the nothing game because it doesn't seem like it's like really excelling at any particular thing other than like having a lot of everything.
I really like its combat. I'm at this point where I'm still like, I think the tempo at which you're learning new abilities, learning new combos, new ways to mix and match. The real kicker for me is the Abyss gears. So the way that this game handles pretty much any piece of gear you find outside of the Abyss gears, which are modifiers that you can attach to the gear, everything is like kind of the same stats. There are small things like this one might have a slightly increased movement speed at an attack power cost or vice versa or whatever. But pretty much any of the gear you find, it just depends on aesthetically what you want. And then you have these Abyss gears that you can attach to your weapons and armor that modify it. So like I had a sword that had a wind slash, right? You get it from the very first boss. So every end of your combo, it does like a wind attack. And so that can hit enemies that are at a distance and it can knock enemies back that are right in front of you. Then I found a move that created a ground surge. So if I pressed my left bumper and right trigger at the same time, I basically did my big power up swing, and that brought like a rocky, like, you know, spikes out of the ground, and then there's like a second explosion that happens.
Yeah.
And then the third Abyss gear that I found was an arrow finisher, where when I do a finishing move, right, when I kill an enemy, it rains arrows above me. And you can put all of those on one weapon. And then I came into a boss fight that was against this guy, and it was like the Cursed Knight or whatever. And every attack it did, or like anytime it did the specific attack, this kind of genie knight would then like kind of appear and do a copy of the move and like slam its fist into the ground on you.
Okay, so it's like the chrono in Absolum when you just get like the shadows of yourself.
Yeah, but it isn't like you have the knight, and then it's like a spirit that's attached to this character. Sure. The game doesn't explain that, but when you beat this boss, the character like dies in front of you, and then the genie materializes and then bows to you, and then you pick up the weapon from the boss, and now you have the Abyss gear that this genie is connected to, and you can put it in your weapon. So I took out like the arrow finisher, and then I started dual wielding. So now I have 2 swords that both have all of these different, like, if I do this move, it'll do this, and then I can chain it into this other move. And so, again, this is really deep into the game, right? You've got to commit hours and hours before you can get to a point where you have all of these different gears that you can switch in and out. But I'm starting to actually kind of enjoy the story a little bit. I'm now in, like, the more interesting biomes as well, and I already have so many tools, and now it feels like I'm just uncovering, you know, I'm at the point where every piece of new gear I get has something interesting attached to it. Like, I'm well past the point of like basic shit. And also the game, once you start to kind of understand how the game works and you run into new puzzles, even if you don't understand them, I think I said this about it when I had, was 50 hours in last time we talked about the game. Now I'm about 100 hours in, and I'm understanding it more and more. And so when I get to a puzzle, even if I don't know the solution, I am much more quickly able to figure it out and be like, okay, this other puzzle, I did this. That thing isn't here, so that means that cannot be it. Oh, this one has things that can be, the flame can be ignited, like pillar, candles and shit. Okay, maybe it's one of those puzzles. And so you can kind of mix and match the things you've already learned. Still running into tons of like things where it's like, this thing is quite unintuitive still, but my issues with the game are kind of diminishing the more I'm into it. Again, though, I also I had to build out the Greymane camp, which is the hub area that you have in the game. I had to do that for a work video, so I was committed to doing that, and that greatly expands what you can do in the game and how you can play the game. And it makes, because you can manage a farm where you can get more meat and then you can cook more meals. So now I'm never really running out of resources for health like I was before. So I've really done a lot of the legwork to get to a point where the game is really fun. But I think it's kind of this thing where it's like you get back what you put into it, and if you're not finding yourself able to commit to it, you're not going to get very much out of it. And so I don't really recommend it for most people, unless you are kind of one of these people. If you like Red Dead Redemption and the way that plays and how rewarding that game can be, there's a lot to like here. But if that's something that isn't for you, there are tons more games and experiences to check out.
Oh yeah.
But enjoying it.
Tom, time for a little news.
A little bit
of
news.
What do you think? Yeah, there's a little.
No more games for you?
No, I mean it's a lot of games.
It is a lot of games. It is.
And I will be probably checking out this Sol Sesto game now.
Well, play that jingle, because the first bit of news is kind of related to something gaming related in your life.
Well, the first bit of news is Tribal Council Survivor this week. The Blood Moon.
Right. The Blood Moon.
Alex didn't like when Tiffany described the Blood Moon in Zelda. I personally was very happy because it's all I kept thinking about every time they mentioned Blood Moon. In first place, Alex Schwimmerman.
Is that what he found painful? I think he.
Oh, just the description of the triple elimination.
When Jeff, which I had no problem. I had no problem with it. It's like whatever.
Alex Schwimmerman's in first. Tom in second, behind by 9 points. Followed by Gunspro, Calvin. I mean, you guys are within 2 points of each other, second and fourth. That's crazy. And fifth. Oh my God. And sixth. Sixth through second is a 3-point spread with Slater, Touchy Admiral, Calvin, Gunspro, and Gripper
and Slater and Touchy Admiral have the same point count too.
That's wild. And then below that, we're all struggling. But the merge happened, which means, and I'm gonna put out the blast early this week, and then it's probably the last time I'm gonna do it in the Discord. But
right now,
you gotta redraft your team. This is it. That was the final merge, so this is the final redraft. So redraft your teams. I mean, I'm third from the bottom this season. I am not. I lost. I got 2 boots last night, so on my team. So not great.
Yeah. Spoilers for this week's Survivor, as per usual. But man, am I bummed.
I know, Tom. There were 3 tribal councils last night. One, I did not care what happened. Like I did not care.
The Colby or
no, I much prefer Colby over Coach. I find Coach so annoying. So annoying, and I do not want him
I see what you say.
to be in tribal council. So there were 2 tribal councils where I like cared about who won.
Yeah,
and 2 one I did not. I did not want Colby to go home. He did, and I did not want Genevieve to go home, and she did. Like Joe and Colby and Coach going home would have been so much more interesting for the game. I kind of didn't care if Camilla went home. I kind of didn't care.
Yeah, I was
like Camilla, Chrissy. I was like, whatever. Like I don't.
I just feel like
their edit hasn't shown them as really being part of. Like that might not be the truth. Maybe they could have been more interesting. But from what we get to see as a viewer, like neither of them are in the mix, or at least with the alliances that I care about. So like to me, that I had no cards being played in that hand.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna stick with this. No, I'm gonna swap Joe out. Yeah, I agree. I thought first off, again, good episode. No fucking bullshit, which was nice. Or triple elimination, hell of a fucking thing. I thought also the
Rumors
fact that
are the feedback to the previous episode, which is now the second lowest reviewed episode on IMDb for any episode of
was that
Survivor,
last
or
episode or
whatever
two
it was.
episodes ago? The
Yeah.
Zach Brown,
Yeah, Zach Brown. Rumors are that they are re-editing the Mr. Beast episode to cut down
good,
on the Mr. Beast.
good. Please do. I swear to God, if we have the same amount of horse shit with Zach Brown and it's
No,
Mr. Beast,
I think I nailed it when I said, when we saw that shot of Mr. Beast and he had the suitcase at the auction, I'm like, I bet you this is like, you buy the suitcase, you have to leave the game kind of a thing. And it's like, someone's going to buy their way out of the game. That seems like some bullshit they would do.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, triple elimination. I like the twist of you have an advantage, but it means you have to go to Exile Island, but you get to completely avoid having to partake in this.
Beautiful for Rizzo, though. He's in
Ozzy
another trio. It's great.
Which alliance of his?
Rizzo was the Tres Leches in season 49, and it got him all the way up to the final four.
Oh, you mean him, Suri, and
Ozzy? And now he's in a new. They are bound by blood now, Tom.
Bound by blood.
Suri said they're in a poly relationship.
Oh yeah, that was funny. That was really funny.
Good for Rizzo, man. He is living the Survivor fan dream. He's in an alliance with Ozzy and Suri.
Yeah. I really like Ozzy. I would be really. It would be, I think, kind of serendipitous if this was his season.
Oh, I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd still want Christian to win as my number one.
Christian, come on now. Christian is.
I love him.
I just
did you see the shot at Tribal Council? Because whenever he goes anywhere, he's doing he's like this, Tom.
Yeah.
And he was doing that, and then Aubrey saw him doing that, so she goes like, she was like, what, like,
yeah.
It's good shit.
Yeah, it's real good. I think I'm gonna have to. Sorry, I was like looking at my draft now because
the metaverse is dead.
Oh,
it's old news. We never talked about it, but whatever. I just hope Oculus does continue to put out new headsets. I don't want VR to. Look, the whole video game industry is kind of actually going through a crash right now, and we're just not actually like calling it that, but the industry is just going through another crash. It's following the exact same pattern of everything becoming too expensive, and the industry is crashing again. I hope VR doesn't just die, because Walkabout Mini Golf is still honestly one of my favorite games ever fucking made. Love that video game.
Yeah. But the thing I was going to say that kind of is related to some news for you is the PlayStation 5 is getting a price increase.
Right. So
you got yourself a little PS5 Pro.
Man, I debated it, and then I looked at that GameStop deal, and GameStop was doing pretty decent trade-in values, and I was like, all right, I can get like $350 for my digital, and then I'll pay the PS5 Pro $750. I was like $400, and then I was like, wait a minute. Well, A, they were sold out of PS5 Pros already, so irrelevant. But B, I was like, man, that 1 terabyte SSD in my PlayStation 5 is expensive. It is over $300 to buy now. It was on sale for $280 recently. Like, it is expensive.
You bought it for like $120 when it was.
It's something. Yeah. It was like $200 less what I paid. It was.
Yeah.
So I was like, I bet I get, especially because a digital PS5 costs $500. So in my head, I was worried, like, the zone has been flooded with PS5s. There are a lot of PS5s for sale if you go on like Facebook Marketplace. But if you want to go buy a new one or a used one, it's now going to be $550 for a used one at a store, $600. So all of the, as much as there are a lot of them on Facebook Marketplace, they're all going for $300 to $350 or $400 to people in multiple controllers. And I was like, I'm just going to sell my SSD. I have a 1 terabyte SSD in there. The Pro comes with 2 terabytes. That's enough. I don't
Yeah.
need the additional space on top of that. So I was able to sell it at a really fair price. Sold for $500. I think
Yeah.
that is a good deal.
Yeah.
Because if you wanted to go buy one used from a store, $550. You want to get a 1 terabyte SSD, if you find it with a deal, $280.
It's going to cost
After
you more
tax,
than the Pro.
I'm saving, yeah, I'm saving them a lot of money. So I only ended up paying $250 out of pocket to get the PS5 Pro.
No, it's worth it, considering as well that the PS6 is obviously much further out probably than.
Yep. And honestly, like it's I just hope it has better performance.
So at the time of recording, the new prices should have gone into effect. So basically, what happened is the base PS5 went from $550 to $650, and then the digital version went from $500 to $600. So they both got $100 price increases, and there's a $50 difference between the two. PS5 Pro has gone from $750 to $900, which is insane. But as you said, it has a 2 terabyte SSD, which is becoming very expensive now. And then also the Portal got a price increase from $200 to $250. Portal also got a really good update recently where it has like a higher resolution, like bitrate and graphics mode if you have like good internet.
Oh, cool.
So it actually, I was playing Screamer on it, and it like looks even better. I was gonna suggest to you today, like, I don't know if you have a Portal, but like it's really good for like remote play, and like I much prefer it to like using remote play on my Steam Deck or something. But the price increases are unfortunately supposedly already in effect. I did see some places reporting that like Best Buy hasn't started charging the extra. I wonder if it's like not until new inventory is in. So you might, if you still want to do the PS5 Pro upgrade, or you have yet to buy a PS5, like this was a big thing when because the big rumor is like the Switch 2 is going to get a price increase. It's kind of inevitable at this point. This was my big thing when Switch 2 launched. I was like 500 is gonna, I was cheapest. Like, I knew at the time. Happy 1 year anniversary to Liberation Day, by the way. I knew at the time.
I'm just waiting for that big beautiful day, Tom.
Oh, big beautiful day. Big beautiful day when a fucking Switch, a fucking PS5 doesn't cost $650 plus. I knew when I was buying this Switch 2, I was like, $500 is going to seem like a steal very soon, you know? So yeah, hopefully you can still find one at the discounted price, but according to Sony, these new prices should be in effect. Let's jump over to Xbox. Xbox has announced its showcase date, right? It does a yearly showcase every year, June 7th. And
Summer Games Fest coming together.
Gears of War E-Day is going to be the kind of follow-up deep dive that he did, right? So they started that with Starfield. I think the next year...
Wait, we're not going to see more. I guess that Halo game, it's just a campaign thing.
I mean, we'll see that at the showcase, but the they did a 20-minute Starfield deep dive after their showcase.
Yeah.
First year, then it was Call of Duty the next year, because that was after the Activision deal went through. Then they did Outer Worlds and it was Outer Worlds and Grounded last year as one, and now it's Gears of War E-Day, which seems to hint that Gears of War E-Day is going to hit this year, which is interesting. I kind of wasn't guaranteeing on that. Interesting that Fable isn't the game that they're picking to be the kind of follow-up showcase.
Yeah, maybe it's not coming this year.
I mean, that's a really good point, Chris. Oh man, so there you go.
Everything Xbox is smoke and mirrors until I can play
it happens. Yeah,
until I can play
Helix, get out of here.
Smoke and mirrors.
Get out of here, Project Helix.
Yeah.
Okay, and then unfortunately, more layoffs. Eidos Montreal, the developers behind the Deus Ex games, and they did Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which is. Did you play that? No, you didn't.
Yeah, dude, that game was dope.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah,
that was a good game.
Great fucking video game. it won best narrative at the Game Awards, and I was shocked because I just didn't think people would. I remember playing that game and be like, people are going to think I'm crazy for saying how good this game
No, it was good. It
is.
was a good game.
But it's great. If you haven't played the Guardians of the Galaxy game from Eidos Montreal, it's phenomenal. But they did the Deus Ex reboot games. They were working on a game apparently since 2019 called Wildlife, I believe is what it's called. The project known as P11. The game was reportedly an open-world, third-person action-adventure title where players would battle magical spirits. The main character, River, had a giant moose companion that could be used to navigate the game's open world. It apparently cost several $100 million, which is crazy. And it was recently axed, which has led to layoffs at the studio of 124 people. Also, the studio head, who has been there for 20 years, also has departed. So, a really, really talented developer that has unfortunately been stuck as a support studio for a while, and this was going to be their next big game, and it's gone, and we don't know why, and that fucking sucks. But there we go. And then the last bit of news here. This is definitely more hearsay than anything, but seems like there could be a world in which Disney buys Epic.
Oh, dude, I mean, this makes a lot of sense. I think the Fortnite part of it, like, I'm actually more surprised about. But Disney has over the years, like, been like, wait, why are we giving our licenses out to other people? Aren't we just making stuff ourselves? But the technology is so
Unreal.
ingrained into
Yes,
everything
into what
they're doing.
they
And
do.
it's not just the
Yes.
volume. They use it in their parks for a lot of stuff. That stuff all makes sense to me. So
no, it totally does. It does, and I think we will hear more about this. I don't necessarily feel confident in saying it will happen, but I do think that
if
there
Disney's
is
like, we're gonna we're gonna go back on our fucking AI deal, and we're gonna buy Epic, like, cool.
My only thing,
I guess,
is, I mean, Epic would still need to kind of operate with some kind of autonomy, simply because,
I mean, a lot of all the Fox Entertainment
deals.
stuff that they bought, like 20th Century Fox, those companies are still pretty self-governed. Like, they're not like under the Disney slate, like,
but
they've done a fairly good job of being like a sort of steward to those brands and not just shuffling them in. Now, it hasn't even been a decade since that happened yet. But they have mostly operated on their own instead of like trying to control everything.
I'm more speaking so far from the weird thing of like, well, if Disney owns Epic and then it has this game Fortnite that has all these other brands and things that Disney doesn't own, like, that's just an unusual position for the company.
But it'll just, so long as it just stays in the video game world, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
Right, but then does Disney want to make a Fortnite movie, and how do you make you know what I mean? Like, there's additional layers
you have
of complications.
Lot of characters that they own that they can use, and then you can leave out the others because they have the Simpsons, they have the Star Wars. Right?
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, it's just an interesting thing because of how,
of course,
Fortnite has become an axis, right, for every studio, right? It's almost like a no man's land. It's a third party in which studios.
They shouldn't be making a Fortnite movie, by the way. That is a stupid idea.
No, I agree, but I also think that these
that is now if that's like part of their calculus here is like, oh, we're gonna do Fortnite movie and Fortnite land. It's like, no. Fortnite is the land. And by the way, Fortnite is the advertising thing. It is not the thing that you make the movie and advertise. It is you're doing it backwards. That is not.
Well, look, I think everything's on the table. I think that when these companies do these kinds of acquisitions, they're always like, no, now it's a new. It is.
I mean, to be fair, this is the guy who said no to The Hunt for Ben Solo. So.
Oh, Josh D'Amaro.
No, that was Bob Iger. That was Bob Iger.
Oh, Iger. Well, I was going to say Josh D'Amaro, who is the new CEO of Walt Disney. He was the one that penned the original deal that the company made with Epic
Oh,
all the way back in the day. So
yeah.
that was his baby. So I do
I see.
believe the validity of like, no, like
This was a long play, possibly.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, this isn't going to. I agree that like it makes sense from a standpoint of Disney acquiring the technology. That makes total sense to me. But if we're looking at this from the angle of, can Disney save Fortnite from clearly like the kind of struggles, like I don't think that this is would actually end up being a net positive. You know what I mean? Like I feel like aside from Disney getting their hands on Unreal and all of the tech, I don't see a world in which like this turns around like Fortnite's fortune, or or Fortnite like really bolsters their business in any meaningful way. This would ultimately be, I think at the end of the day, it could be a thing where it's like, I mean, I don't think Fortnite's going away, but I don't think whatever their aspirations that of
No,
what
but I
they
do
would
think we've
want to
passed peak
achieve.
Fortnite.
Oh, we've passed peak Fortnite
Yeah.
for sure. Easy.
I would like to, just because I have something else to get to.
Go for it.
Real quick, Ocarina of Time remake, Star Fox new game, Zelda, Metroid remake,
Yes.
rumored Metroid Dread sequel. A lot of Nintendo stuff in the wind. I want to see Ocarina of Time.
Wait, what was the Metroid stuff?
Supposedly Metroid is getting who's the team that did God, what is the name of that team that's worked on some of the Metroid 2D stuff?
Oh, the Dread team, like the
But
people that
look,
made Dread.
Metroid, the rumor is Metroid Dread sequel and Super Metroid, because Metroid's also having its anniversary.
Mm.
Metroid, Super Metroid supposedly is getting like a pixel, sort of like a retro remake, kind of
Okay.
a look at it. And Star Fox
Samus
is supposed to be
Returns
getting a
is
new
not
game.
Super Metroid, right?
I don't remember. I don't remember that game at all.
Let's see.
I don't think so.
So yeah,
Maybe it
it's
was like a weird version of it.
Ocarina of Time remake. I mean, I've been hearing rumors about this for forever, and they're not going away, and it seems more likely than ever. Yes. Okay, so it was Metroid, and then Metroid 2 Return of Samus, which was then through the 3DS game Samus Returns. That is the sequel, and then Super Metroid is actually the third one,
Right.
technically.
Okay.
So there you go. Okay. Very cool. I
They were
didn't know about
all
the Metroid
these all
stuff.
came from Nate the Hate. He's been proven to be
Right.
fairly reliable about this stuff.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, and a new
Star Fox,
game.
I'm down. I'm
No
down. I'm down
3D,
for all of it.
no 3D Mario until next year was the other thing. And
Also,
then
not a surprise.
Pikmin 4 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Switch 2
and
editions.
Fire Emblem this year.
Yes,
well.
I think it's meant to be. I think Fire Emblem's meant to be like a summer game.
Yeah.
So if it's that, and then Ocarina of Time remake in the fall, they're a big kind of. I know, and then Splatoon Raiders as well. Coming out this year.
Email at unrankedpodcast.com. That's email at unrankedpodcast.com. Or you can call in to 805-738-8692, 805-738-8692, like this gentleman did.
Yep. First of all, Chris's voice actually sounds like a voice you would hear if you called like a real company. So that's number one. Number two is, so the other day, Britt goes to me, hey, my two friends, they were telling me how they and their husbands do location sharing on their phones. Like, all the time. 24/7, they know exactly where each other's phones are at all times. So she goes, should we do that? And I immediately think to myself, absolutely fucking not. No fucking way. No way. How am I supposed to, in the future, do a covert op to go get a PSVR 2 headset at GameStop and then come home and sneak it in the window if we're doing location sharing? So, thoughts? Questions? Comments? Anybody? Is this something that everyone is doing now? Are we just showing everyone where we are at all times? What if I want to go, we're supposed to be on a diet. What if I want to go take a sneaky run over to Five Guys, the burger joint, or to Taco Bell? I don't, but let's say I did. She would know. Or I want to go
She would
get
know.
a coffee by myself, a fancy coffee, but I don't. She's not gonna be home for a couple hours. I'm not gonna get her one. She's not even gonna know. But now she's gonna be like, "What the fuck? You want to go get coffee and get me one?" I don't know. The world's lost its mind. I had another point, but I can't remember what it is. All right, bye.
He's the most sitcom-ass couple I know, Tom.
That is mental, I think.
You don't have the sharing, the people sharing on and Find My.
So my parents have it, right?
Yeah.
I
have it for Therese. She doesn't have me though.
You're one of these like manosphere guys who's like,
no, but we have
even one way.
We have the air tags on our keys and our wallets and stuff too. So like whenever we need to find something, like yeah, of course, yeah. But I know where my friend Emily is at all times for some reason.
Actually, yeah, I know. I think I know where Prime is at all times. I think we have it on for each other.
Yeah, I don't remember why, but she shared it like at one point. She was like, "Oh, like just see, like so you know. Oh, you know what it was? Every now and then it's like, so I can get something ready like before when she's getting close. So it's like, oh, I know you're getting close to being home. Like, oh, she's on the highway. She's like, okay, like." But
yeah, whatever. I know where my dad is at all times, and my father knows where I am at all times, and that's fine. I don't give a shit, and it's useful for them to know. But it will be funny because like sometimes I'll forget to tell them that I have to like take a trip, and my dad will be like, "Why are you in Atlanta?"
Yeah.
No, definitely don't do this with couples. You need autonomy. It doesn't.
Well, I mean, you can do it with couples, and don't be weird about it.
Yeah, don't be weird about it. If you're gonna be weird about it,
like how there's like people that are like, oh, like we all share each other's passwords and stuff, and I'm like, it's weird. Like we don't specifically do that, but I did put Teresa's face on my phone, and I put my face on her phone because I'm just like annoyed with having to put the code in every time because we do know each other's codes, not because I like want to look through her phone, but because it's like, oh, can you grab my phone and do this? And it's just annoying.
I know Brooke's code, and she also she might not remember.
She refuses to memorize my code. It is complicated because I use a complex password, because you should, because the Celebrite systems will just blow through your number only fucking password.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like it's just. What are we doing? Like, what is he worried about? I'm not, you know what? You know why, Tom? Because I'm not trying to sneak out to Five Guys or fancy coffee for only myself.
Yeah.
I got nothing to hide. But if she does, I'll know where she is. She doesn't know where I am, though.
Yeah, if my dad's ever up to something sneaky, I'll know about it. I don't think I've ever seen that his pin.
I mean, I use Find My multiple times a day to find my AirPods, to find my phone, to find my key, like just all the time. And every time I open it too, sometimes I'll be like, oh, that's where my friend Emily is right now. Because
that's where my friend Emily is right now.
She thinks it's funny. She's like, oh, I share it with everyone. Everyone knows where I am. I'm like, all right, sure.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Well, Alex isn't here. Wrap it up, Tom.
I wish we could track him. That would be great. Tuna, if you're listening to this, give us your Find My info.
Next Lads Weekend, Tom. We gotta sneak the phone away from him and then start tracking it. And we won't tell him that we're doing it until like one day we'll just start messing with him. We'll see like he's at the store. I'll be like, oh, how was Duncan? Like, how'd you know? Are you there? Are you spying on me? We'll figure it out.
Oh, the surveillance state. What are you gonna do?
I should tell Brett. He should be tracked. Stay unranked.
I should tell Britt.
I should
Suck it.
Send this call into Britt. That'd be so fucked up.